Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Charger 360, telling the stories of the University of New Haven. I'm J.W. Stewart, joined as always by Bruce Barber, my co-host, and our guest today is Jess Finn. Jess, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
And what an episode this is. This is a delight because Jess is one of my many star students at WNHU, which is our award-winning campus radio station here at the University of New Haven. And Jess is our station manager, so we'll talk more about that in a moment. But Jess, why don't we start off by having you tell us why the University of New Haven for you? How did we get so lucky?
No, don't do that to me. This was one of the few schools that I toured. It was the perfect location. I live in New York, so it was like a nice ferry ride over, stuff like that. Right as I got here, it was just like the feeling of campus was just so nice. It was just like a beautiful campus. All of the students walking around were smiling. It was pre-COVID, so it was just a nice feeling. And then I was learning about the school. Like the biggest thing for me was the class size. I was always one of the students in the class that sat in the front and asked a million questions and annoyed everybody else. So. I really enjoyed, I've had classes of like 6 kids, and it's amazing. It's like the best feeling ever because we're all friends in the class and we all cooperate on other projects and we help each other out. I know students who have gone to schools and there's like 500 student lecture halls, and that just sounds like pure torture to me. The teacher doesn't even know that you're there. So I don't know, I think there's a very personable effect about this school where we've hung out and we talked for an hour yesterday. There's so many things that you wouldn't get at another school with a bigger size, and that's something that I value a lot.
Jess, you know Bruce pretty well. You work with him. What am I getting myself into here hosting with this guy?
Good luck. Shock job? Yes. Oh my God, yeah. He's a great guy. I can't, what can I say?
Well, it's funny. I vibe off of working with our students because, I was a shock jock for 18 years, and but then it came to the end. It was just like, okay, this is the end of this chapter in my life. And then I became an independent producer, and I wasn't expecting, but when this job opened up and the ability to come in and work with students, this has been my favorite part of my career. And I learned so much because media is changing so much.
Yeah.
But one of the things I've got to compliment you on, again, they keep on coming. So J-Dub, Jess has, on her own, redesigned the WNHU website.
Really?
Completely from the ground up. So talk about that.
It was a lot of work. I've been working on it since last year, and we just launched like a few weeks ago. But it was just awesome to have to go back and relearn about the station and look at all the information that we have available, all the shows that we have, all of the podcasts that we have. It was just cool to see all those projects and to input them in. It was a lot of creativity, and it was it involved a lot of the different skills that I enjoy. I like problem solving, tech stuff, and then also creative side. So it was just a perfect mixture of everything that I enjoy to do. And also, just to speak on his character, just to circle back, because a major thing that I appreciate about Bruce is that he is so for the students. We've had so many discussions about how this is a student station, and it's just, it warms everyone's hearts. We talk about it all the time at the meetings with just the students about how much we appreciate the support that he gives us and how he always reassures us that he's there for us. And that's a weird feeling because normally as students it's, we look up to the professors, we do what they want, and he's always just there for us. And it's just we're all very appreciative of it.
Well, one of the things I really, here it goes back. This is the best. This has been the best.
This is
morning.
like watching a tennis match for me, by the way.
All right, my turn now. But it's, that's what I have been working at, is trying to make the station very student-centered. When I got here, I love our community shows, but there were 27 community shows and 6 or 7 student shows. I just looked at it yesterday. There's 7 community shows now and 20-some student shows. And a lot of that is because of what you're talking about with holding meetings every Sunday. And Jess tries to make every meeting fun or have a theme. And that's building this community. And that's very much part of what we try to do at the university too, is it's, yes, the facilities are great, yes, the programs are great, awesome faculty, but also it's our student organizations, the registered student organizations and clubs, and we've got an amazing marching band. You can, be involved in anything. But forming community around that, which I feel like you've done a really good job with, really adds to the student experience of being here.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
How did you get involved with the student radio station in the first place? So you said you're a senior. Were you
Yeah.
involved right from the get-go?
It was the first club that I joined on campus. It was the only club that I was involved in during COVID, and that was like the hardest thing because in high school I was in like 500 million different things. So it was very special that this was the one path that I chose to go down for that year. It was honestly just during involvement day or whatever the campus college club day is. It was all online because of COVID, and so it was just Zoom videos, and it was very boring. Like I would join a different meeting, and they would be like, okay, well, welcome, this is what we are. And it was just like, I figured like by the name, but then I joined Bruce's, and it was entertaining. He was using the mustaches and the hats and the...
This was really dangerous during the pandemic. Of all the bad things that happened during the pandemic, I discovered the Zoom filter that allows you to have a jaunty red chapeau and a mustache. So at the meetings, my cousin Pierre from France would make an appearance.
Yeah.
Lockdown. Those were the days.
Going insane. Yeah, I mean, it was just like, there was not much to do that year, and it was very disappointing because, it's not what you would expect out of your first year of college, and that was like the one thing that I had to look forward to. And I mean, that's the reason I stayed. It's just always felt like a home. It's always given me a place to be when there was nowhere else to be. I love it there.
And what would you tell a prospective student, like somebody who's thinking about the University of New Haven, what makes this place special?
There are so many things that the school offers you. It's about taking advantage of it. And I think, like, we don't have to fight for them to give us things. It's there. So, like, I think the biggest thing is when you're a college student, the goal is to explore different areas of your life and things that you're interested in and things that you want to take with you. And you don't have to fight for that. It's all given to you, and you just explore it. And I love that about the school. The studio that we're in right now, it's beautiful. And then we go to the radio station and we have our own house. Like it's, there are so many things that we're given, and we're very lucky to have that stuff. Not every school has the equipment that we have. And it's very valuable. If you don't know that going in, it's very valuable.
Yeah, it's well said. We're coming to you from the Burgamy Center of Science and Technology here on the main campus of the University of New Haven in West Haven. But just across the street is the radio station. It's the Burgamy Broadcast Center. So we thank the Burgamy family for all that they've done for us.
Absolutely.
Jess, give us an idea of some of the technology and some of the upgrades that students can use when they're at the radio station, because I think many people of a certain age have a certain view of what college radio is or used to be, and that's really not what it is these days.
Well, I mean, the whole look of the station is so modern. Like, it's such a cool radio station look. So that's just going into it. There's just such a good feeling when you walk in. But then we have our podcast studio where, I mean, I've used plenty of times with independent studies and stuff like that. You just sit down, you can have a conversation with your friends and record it. Like, it's just, you book it out and you use it. And it's very simple equipment. You can get trained easily. And then you go further and we have our live sound studio, so that's where you're on the air. It's just, we have our soundboard and then all of the microphones which have our WNHU stamp on them. And yeah, it's just, once again, you get trained on a live soundboard and you can be on air. And it's so fun. I've had a show this past semester with one of my friends, and it's Wednesdays 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. And even though I have a 9:30 in the morning on Thursday, and it's just like, it's so worth it. It's so fun. And I think the reason that we have so many students having shows this semester is like advocates for it being fun. We didn't really have a lot of students starting out, so the students that were very passionate about it. And it's definitely encouraged other students to do it just because it's just so entertaining. And then we go downstairs and we have a beautiful lounge that kids can just go down and do homework, or that's where we host our meetings. It's like a nice spacious, it's a lounge. It's so cool.
Yeah, and you know, from my standpoint, this is what I appreciate about the university is that it's funny, when I first got here, the chair of the English department, Chris Dowd, who coincidentally won Spin Doctors tickets from me when I was hosting the Smith and Barber show. But then, so
We're dating ourselves. It's been a while since the Spin Doctors were popular.
Spin Doctors, one of your favorite bands, Jess, no doubt. But anyways, Chris said to me, he said, the great thing about being at the university is that if you're passionate about something and you want to do something, they will support it. And it's exactly what you said. You got me thinking about that. You know, he said, and then, and this is what I like, he was like, you can have your own little piece of the University of New Haven.
Oh.
And I said, oh, a piece of the university for Bruce? Why, yes, please. And so, you know, that's why they've been really great in that, you know, look at some universities have chosen to shut down and sell their terrestrial radio stations. You know, we're a 1,700 watt station. And the university has kept it, supported it, and the reason it looks cool is I was kind of like, hey, can we put up some cool colors and logos? And they were like, yes. So that's where I'm really appreciative.
That was part of my spiel that I would give students at the club day. Is, you know, whatever you want to do, Bruce will make it happen. It's my biggest thing is there's always a place for you here. We, like any major, we have so many different majors that have so many different discussions over podcasts and stuff. Like, it's not just communications, it's not just music. You know, there's always a place, and no matter what you want to make of it, you can make of it.
As we mentioned, you're a senior, so you'll be passing the torch at some point to somebody at the radio station. What do you want to see happen for the radio station after you leave?
Yeah, I mean, being close with last year's station manager, I mean, I feel like it was difficult to accept that from her because she did such a great job, but I don't think it's any, I think it's just the station grows every year, and so I just want to see someone take the torch and just make it better. Like, I hold this, I have a very special place in my heart for the station, and I want someone to hopefully have that same feeling and passion for it and just want to make it as best as they can.
Yeah, I'm nervous now. I'm like, and this happens every year, right? And it's how are we going to do it? And then somebody else, great, you know, you will mentor someone, and that's been kind of what I've tried to embrace is whatever it is, let's just try to get a little better next year, and you know, and have fun doing it because it's a fun group. It really is.
As we mentioned, you are a senior. So what are your plans after you graduate from UNH?
Definitely grad school. I'm still figuring things out. I've definitely considered a career in radio, and you know, I'm in the film program, so it's probably somewhere in the producer area, maybe editing, but. You know, something in the creative side. I'm in the art program here, I'm in the film, I'm in the radio station, so something that has to do with all of those things would be my dream.
Yes, and speaking of our amazing film program, led by Tom Garrett and Paul Falcone, who, fun fact, thanks to Jess, yesterday in our meeting, Jess unearthed a video of their band at the University of New Haven from back in the 80s. Yeah. And Paul Falcone had some moves on
he was
the bass.
rocking. Oh.
Let me tell you. Yes. So, but that's, you know, what that reminded me of was the fact that, you know, that in our group, we're creatives. We're all figuring out, you know, how to be creative. What's our medium going to be? Is it television, sports? Yep. Is it radio? You're going to figure out, you know, kind of what your path is, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
We should mention Paul Falcone is the director of Charger 360. So I myself can't wait to see this video. Was this good? Was this gold?
Oh, it's gold.
It's gold, Jerry.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's good. It's
gold.
like a rite of. It was described to me as a rite of passage to listen and watch.
Oh yeah.
I found out about the band through Falcone. But then I was asking my friends about it who are also in the film department because I was like, did you know he played bass? That's so cool. And then they're like, oh yeah, we know.
The Google.
You can actually sing, so maybe we pair you and Paul together.
Oh, we'll have our own band.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Wow.
he'll be rocking, I'll be singing.
Charger 360.
Absolutely. Our days are numbered on this program. We start
That's
turning
it.
over to
Oh,
them.
yes, we're being phased out as we speak.
Fade to black.
Yes.
And speaking of fade to black, that's a perfect segue, Jess, because we're out of time. Jess Finn, our guest today, our senior and station manager for WNHU. Jess, thanks for joining us here on Charger 360.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Yep.
It was a great time.
Absolutely. All the best to you going forward. Bruce, as always, another great show. Thank you.
Yeah, can't wait till the next one.
Me neither. Who knows who our guest will be? We'll find out next time.
Paul Falcone.
It could be Paul Falcone. I can hear the bass already. For Bruce, I'm J. Dub. Thanks for watching Charger 360. We'll see you next time.